A perfect way to say welcome to episode 13. Hopefully lucky number 13, but we'll see what happens. We left off in the tavern. You guys had some laughs, listened to the satyr, hung out with him for a while, played his stupid game, and now he's moving on, and it's up to you to decide what you want to do. Where do you go from here?
To go run around out in the wild and by the oceans.
Whoa, there's a lot of background. Jeez.
Sorry, that was me just moving computer around. My bad.
Anyway, what were you saying? Running wild?
Yeah, Castros just wants to run around the wild, observe creatures. What kind of wildernesses are around here?
Well, you're in the capital city, which is almost completely populated. There really is no wilderness. There are pets owned by the elite. There are horses, beasts of burden used to move things around. The super rich family, while everyone else has like horses, they imported zebras to tow their carriage around just because they could. Other than that, there's not a lot of nature here.
Darn.
Okay.
Never mind.
Remember, the satyr gave us a clue about trying to find Theseus's sword.
Yes,
so,
I'm aware.
Okay. Just saying.
I wasn't gonna go run off and disappear for forever. Just gonna go observe a tiny bit.
You kind of made it sound like you were.
Yeah, you have to understand. You can't really keep Castros on a very tight leash. He's not gonna be happy with that. He'll want his freedom.
Well, we're not gonna wait for him either.
Anyways, but is there a port here?
Oh yes, there are many. In fact, I can explain this. Where you are is basically the center of business. So while there are larger ports on the surrounding islands, and then they do a lot of the major transactions out there, and then there's lots of smaller traffic to these inner islands, you can basically find or book passage anywhere. You just have to go, say, if you want a deep water ship, something that goes way out, you take one of the local ferries out to one of the surrounding islands and then get into the main port and take off from there.
Heading around the water, I guess, because he knows that's where you guys will head next, and he'll splash around or something. I don't know.
There you go.
He'll just do whatever. He's bored.
He can try fishing.
He doesn't like the city.
It is quite the bustling place, very smelly. There's definitely been a lot of invention with, channels that take waste out to the sea. But it's still, they don't exactly have active pumps and things that move it. It's all gravity and sloshing, and yeah, it gets stinky.
Yep. Welcome.
I hate how society depends on these things.
Now, welcome to the olden days before they had water treatment plants.
Mm.
Yeah, basically.
Gross. Castros will just chill by the water, look at fishes, look at the fish.
Okay, the satyr kind of gave us a clue at the end of the last episode where we need to go next, didn't he?
He did, kind of, but it was vague, and even he warned that prophecies can be invented all the time, and that even he had invented a few just to benefit himself.
Okay. I can't remember what exactly did he tell us. There was a certain point in the ocean, right?
Yes, he did say that out to sea, you could find a place approximately the middle of the ocean, the deepest spot, and that a civilization could be found there beneath the waves, but that you would have to find a way to get there safely.
Okay, got it. Interesting.
This sounds like a job for the ocean goddess.
Castros can't turn into a whale yet, can he?
If he sees a whale. I don't know what whale challenge rating is. I don't know if there's a
We could figure it
whale
out.
character sheet. Let me look. Or give me a sec, though. I want to see if somebody's made one up. I see challenge ratings. Killer whale. See it? Blue whale. That works. CR. Where? Nope. Challenge rating 12. That's not happening.
Oh, okay. All right,
Unless
so
there's like a smaller whale.
we could have Castros turn into a whale and we just do like our impersonation of Jonah, but it doesn't sound like that's going to work. So
Jonah, you mean the great Baron von Munchausen?
yeah, something like that. I
Well,
don't know
just make
I don't know the Baron Munchausen's actual tale other than he's a
Oh,
bit nuts.
he got swallowed by a whale, but thankfully he had a little pouch of snuff that he blew into its blowhole, and the whale blasted him out.
Oh, okay. That sounds absolutely believable. Much like Jonah surviving for 3 days.
Yes, well, he
Yeah.
also rode a
Okay.
cannonball and a bunch of other stuff.
Sounds like he had a wonderful life.
All the fan-made character sheets I can find and non-fan-made character sheets have whales with very, very high challenge ratings because they're big. So, yeah, not happening.
Okay. So we need to find some kind of a potion or something that will allow us to breathe water and survive these pressures.
I'll be fine if I can find.
Let's see. I'm trying to think here. We really need to find is maybe like a merfolk community somewhere.
Ooh, there you go.
Maybe they have something that can help. All right, so I think we'll go down to the water, and I'm going to ask around and see if anyone knows of a merfolk community that's within sailing distance.
Atlantis.
Okay, roll. I'm trying to think. Investigation?
Okay. So that would be a 12.
12. Okay. You find a particularly salty captain, and he's like, "Oh, the Safs, huh? You want to go talk to those disgusting things? What's wrong with your own kind?"
Okay.
Yeah. Well, if anyone's gonna be able to help us get down to the bottom of the ocean and survive, I would think it would be them. Unless you know of somebody else that can brew something or enchant us so that we can actually go all the way to the bottom of the ocean and live.
Roll intimidation.
Ooh.
Come on, Dan.
Oh God. What is it with these dwarves that I run that I rolled a 6?
He laughs. He says, "Get out of here, you damn spy. No one comes talking about that illegal crap around me. Get out of here. Go, get." He runs you off the dock.
Legal. That just makes it more interesting. Let's break some laws.
All right, Castros, see if you can figure something out then.
It's illegal. I mean, there's always, we could find a, I don't know what the ocean goddess is called. We could find a temple of hers. I could meditate on it. It hasn't been the first time I've meditated with, like, nature, like, ocean. Umberly. Unless she's the evil sea goddess, even better.
What about Amphitrite?
Do you have any thoughts, Alpha?
I think we should go and explore a little more. These people at the docks do not seem very good, but very helpful.
I think you're right. Do you have a idea of where we should be exploring?
Perhaps some magic area? Or an apothecary. They make things.
All right. Well, while Castros is meditating on the sea goddess, I guess I will go to the...
According to the Forgotten Realms wiki, there's 5 ocean domain deities. Deities. Whatever. One looks like a shark. Sakura, give me a moment. The shark god. I want to talk to the shark god. Lawful evil alignment. Anyway, I'll research this, and I think Castros will see if he can't find any, like...
divine help.
Either meditate or try to find a temple for some kind of nature or ocean.
Okay.
Deity.
I will head to the nearest apothecary and see if they have anything.
Okay. You find your way back to the market district. See the universal sign for a apothecary shop. I'm assuming walk inside. And what do you say to the shopkeep?
Shopkeep, we are looking for something, some kind of a potion or anything that will help us survive going all the way down to the bottom of the ocean. So, crushing depth, freezing cold, and being able to breathe water.
His eyes get big, and he walks over to the door, looks around, and actually latches it behind you and turns. He says, "What? Are you here from the government? What? Who are you? Why are you asking about these things?"
We are on a quest to find an enchanted sword, so we can deal with these old ones that are laying waste to the countryside.
I see, but I can't. I can't get you these things. I can't give these to you. I would lose my store. I could lose my license. Everything. We can't have those.
This is for a higher purpose. We won't tell a soul.
You don't understand. I can't even get the ingredients here in my shop.
Okay. So why not? What kind of ingredients does this entail?
I'm technically not even supposed to know, but I can tell you where to go. You have to get away from the capital. You have to head west.
Okay. Head west to where?
Galstead Isle.
To Volstead Isle?
That's your best bet. I shouldn't say anything else.
Okay. What's on Volstead Isle?
Things are a little freer there. More open and less restricted by law. And also, a bit to the southwest of there is where the legendary home of the Sea Dwellers once could be found.
Okay. You're talking about like merfolk, possibly?
Something like that, though I've never seen or heard of one. The sailors talk about them sometimes. Really nasty things, they say.
Ah, okay. Volstead Island wouldn't happen to be peopled by pirates, would it?
Oh, no. It's it's good size. It's up north there, so there's not a whole lot of, how can I say this? There's not as much trade as you get here, so it tends to be more homogenous in the population, but they're generally peaceful, though I've heard some weird things happen up there.
No. Okay. All right. Well, so do we need to charter a boat then to take us to Volstead Island?
Oh, I don't know how to get there. I never leave my shop.
Okay. Well, thank you. You've actually been very helpful, and don't worry, we never had this conversation.
Thank you. Here. And he slides the door open, and as he opens it, he starts laughing loudly. He goes, Yes. Thank you. I'm sure that will clear up in no time. Just be safe. Remember, twice a day. Bye now. And pushes you out the door.
All right. Perfect. All right. Back down to the docks I go then.
So after my extensive research, I found that there are, at least according to this one site I looked at, the single website I looked at, there's only like 5 ocean deities, and 3 of them are, like, 2 are evil, 1's neutral, and 2 are chaotic good. But the chaotic good ones are lesser, and the others are like intermediate, and 1's a demi. The neutral is a demi power.
All right.
So essentially, they probably won't have temples.
Oh, the demo. Oh, yeah. No, the demo one's the one that's like sings a bunch and dances.
I think so. I think it was
Gotcha.
portrayed as like a male.
That's right. We have a lead. So we'll keep the deities in mind if we need to fall back on that. All right. So I find another captain and ask him if he knows how to get to Volstead Isle.
Oh, yeah. Head up over to Eiderton. Talk to one of the big ships. There's usually a supply run out there every couple weeks. You can probably find someone.
Perfect. All right. Thank you, sir. And then off I go to that particular dock and see if I can't find a captain in charge of a supply ship.
Oh, well, here you can just get a like a ferry. You know, there's like groups that go back and forth all the time, so you could just like hand them a silver piece or whatever, and then you just go with the whole group.
Okay, so we'll do that then.
Cool. Well, you guys make it across. You actually end up, this particular ferry brings you back into the famous port of Embermoth. with its, beautiful, pristine rock walls and tiny little bordered town, big wall around it, very nice docks, all that stuff. This is the town of heroes. It's famous for, some famous people that had come from here and apparently saved the world or something.
Oh.
But here you're able to find a shipping vessel heading out. If you look around, let's see how good you are at just looking around. I'm curious. Just do a random one. Well, yeah, just roll a 1d20. I want to see how good you are.
I rolled a 13.
Yeah, Castle's got a 12. Ray got a 9. Keeps getting worse.
What did Alpha roll?
Alpha.
I was waiting to see if he even wanted to participate.
Alpha got a 15.
Oh, the best out of all of us.
So Alpha was down preaching, and a bunch of the captains were like, "Oh, we can get rid of him. It's very far away from here. The next ship that's going out, that's the furthest, is the one that happens to be going out where you're looking for. So here, let's get you and your companions on your way."
Perfect. Awesome.
Oh, what a finely constructed vessel as well. Gond would be proud.
Awesome.
I gotta ask though, is this particular ship is the hull copper sheathed?
No, why?
Oh well, that helps prevent fouling and borer worms and all that kind of stuff. I would think that Gond would be even happier if the ship had a protective coating of metal on it.
Interesting. I hadn't thought of such a thing, but no, I was just gonna figure it'd be a regular old heavy haul. They just keep the hull picked clean as best they can, and yeah, it's all good.
All right, cool beans.
All right, you guys take off with the tide, and one moment. Sorry, tickling my throat. As you are heading out, just see if anything interesting happens. As you round the horn of the island, and you are heading basically west from where you're at, you see the tip of a tower poking out from the water that is rather unexpected. You wonder, how did that get there? But otherwise, you keep going. Casros, did you want to roll to see if you saw any aquatic life?
Nature check, just a d20 in general.
Yeah.
Which one?
So you see nothing. Strangely, you're very focused. So focused, you miss all the light.
I didn't roll. I was asking which one. Like nature check, investigation check. You just said yeah.
I thought you rolled. I thought you said nature check to roll a nature check, and then I heard you say you rolled a 1. So
no.
All right, never. Yeah. All right, rewind a moment. Definitely roll a d20. Do the nature check because you're observing. I think you're observing nature.
It's 23.
Oh, yeah. You see quite a bit of life. I mean, you're kind of on the, what would be the equivalent of Earth between the tropic and the Arctic band. So, it's temperate water. You get some larger schools of fish, and maybe a small shark comes through when you're kind of near the shore.
Nothing too crazy.
Not really, not where you're at. I mean, you guys aren't out in the middle of the ocean yet. You're still somewhat near the continental shelf.
Okay.
Oh well.
So
at least you've seen a shark now.
Yeah. So we see the tower in the distance, and then we just kind of keep sliding on by, right?
Yep. You work your way on out. I just found a great table 1d20 encounters at sea, so I figured I'd roll, to see what came up. There's people have made tables for everything. I love it.
The whole world is at your fingertips.
It is.
Yeah.
So you sail on. This captain obviously knows his way. This appears to be a well-trodden route. And let's see, a couple days worth of rolls here. Let's see if anything bad happens. That one's good. That one's good. Yeah, you seem to actually make it pretty clear sailing. Wow, I had 3 good rolls. That's like unheard of.
Yeah, what are the
Um,
odds?
Nice.
Well, I'm sure the bad ones will come later.
I'm sure.
Anyway, you sail on, and you eventually come into a small but active port. You definitely can tell that you're further north than you have been previously. Even the southern port here on the island is much further up than any other place you've been, and you disembark. Do you have any goals of this place that you want to explore, or should I just start describing things?
Animal.
Just start describing things.
Okay. The dock goes. There's a long wooden dock, and it goes in. There's obviously a merchant area down by the sea here, where there's a lot of fish trade going on. There's what looks like someone that's peddling animals for sale. You go a little further in. There's your typical blacksmith, temple, all of the small town things that you would expect. It's like a small port city, like going to Newport or Solstheim or something like that.
Yeah. Okay. Um. So we are on Volstead Island right now, right?
Yes, you are.
Okay. Um. So I'm gonna search out and see if there's an apothecary in town.
Okay, you start looking around and you find what looks to be kind of an old kind of sea shanty type of shop that has the symbol for the apothecary on it, and it is there.
All right. I walk inside.
Okay. He says, "Oh, well met there, traveler. You must be new here. I see you're still wobbling with the sea legs."
Yes. Yes, I am. We are on a quest to save the world, and in order to do that, we need to find an artifact of great power, which is said to be at the bottom of the sea. So we need a way to survive said voyage to the bottom of the sea.
He gets a really stern look and he says, "Oh, you think you're gonna survive down there, huh? You know what's down there?" He closes one eye and looks particularly fierce, staring off into the distance. Says, "People think, oh, they'll just go play in the ocean. Like they can go beneath the surface and everything will be fine. But that's their world, and this one's ours. And they seem happy to let us be up here as long as we stay out of theirs. Because I've seen what's down there. Things that would boggle your mind and cause you to go mad. There used to be not such a separation here. Down below the waves, you'll find all sorts of things that you don't want to see."
A war of some lobsters or something? Like what? Like
Well, how did you manage to see these things?
Was thrown overboard. Happened to get lucky. Grabbed onto an artifact I wasn't supposed to have and was falling further and further down. Then something grabbed me. It knew I wasn't supposed to be there. I caught a glimpse of something down in the depths. Something huge and monstrous and dangerous. But whatever it was that helped me pushed me to the surface and took with it whatever was keeping me alive. I was adrift at sea for 3 days before they picked me up and brought me here. Haven't been back on the water since.
That makes sense.
fun.
However, that is where our path leads. So, do you have any advice, or can you brew anything that would actually help us to survive down there?
I myself can't, but I have an idea. To the north and the west of here, follow the road, there is a spot where there used to be a town. Something happened there long ago that left the ore and crystal in the area charged with some type of energy. If you can acquire several of the crystals, we can take them in trade. There is a place. It's out on the tip of an island not far from here. It's said to have once been the suburbs of a great lost civilization that fell beneath the waves.
Okay.
Neat.
Cool. All right. What is the name of this place that fell beneath the waves, supposedly?
Oh, I hate being like. I don't want to just use Atlantis because everyone uses Atlantis. I want to come up with something good, and I've been really struggling with this one. I can't ever think of a good name.
When you said, like, when you were like,
George.
character, I was totally like, he doesn't have a name.
No, I didn't have a name because I just I want like a good lost city name, but I can't think of one.
No
No.
name city.
Yeah, there it is. No Name City, where the waters are blue and the girls are pretty.
Works for me.
Phoenix, Arizona.
Okay. All right.
How
Well,
about here? I love it. How about we just use the fantasy name generator? It's the lost town or the lost empire of Ibaweth.
Ibaweth. All right.
Yes.
That has a lovely ring to it. Okay. Thank you very much for your help, sir. I'm going to get some mining tools, and we're going to go mine some ore and some crystal.
Alrighty.
All right. So I step on out, and I go looking for. I'm guessing a smithy would be the place to go to search for something like that, right?
Or a general store.
We'll try the general store first, then.
All right. You go into what looks like a pretty good looking general store. There's kind of a round looking guy and a kind of a short, skinny companion with him, and says, "Oh, what can I do there for you, little dwarf friend? Mining equipment. Yep, I got the best here mining equipment you can find. Here, we've got everything you could need for your underwater needs. We've got lanterns, we've got picks, we've got bags. What are you looking for?"
With, like, say, a pick, single jackhammer, and a star drill.
Oh, yes. Here, but wait, there's more. If you buy these today, I will throw in your protective sprays at half price. Because if you're going underground, you got to look out for things. You got to look out for the trolls. You got to look out for the bugs. You got to look out for all of those things that might be in the ground and coming for you. So I'll tell you what. How about the all-away spray? I'll throw in the all-away spray for half price if you get everything else here.
Guy's showmanship. What is your name?
Oh, my name's Ernest. What can I do for you?
Ernest.
I bet
Ernest
it
to
is.
sell his stuff.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't think I'm going to need the all-away spray, but I will take the other stuff.
Okay, well, I'm just saying you're missing out here because we got all sorts of deals. The more you buy, the more you save.
Oh God, no, that's all right. Just give me what I asked for. Thank you.
What about here? Let me show you something before you leave. Check this out. This is an auto pick. It's magically enchanted. You just take it out, you show it where to pick, and it keeps on picking for you. You just set it and forget it.
That sounds really expensive. Probably can't afford it.
Well, I don't know. That depends. Can you afford to miss out on all the opportunities that it can provide?
Salesman
Ernest.
level 100.
Oh my God. Yes, I can afford to miss out on the opportunities. Just give me what I asked for.
All right. He just kind of shakes his head and turns and hands you the bill. It's, I don't know, like a gold piece and a couple silvers.
Sounds great. Okay.
Out of curiosity, how much is that enchanted pick?
Oh, this here enchanted pick, I will make you a sweet deal on it for only 1,000 gold pieces.
Yeah, we don't have that.
No.
Yeah, not even if we pool our resources will we have that much. We can't afford it, sir. Sorry. Maybe next
Can't
time.
afford it. I'll tell you what. You've moved me. You've moved me with your plight. How about 900 today? Only 900 gold pieces.
I don't think we have 100 gold pieces. We're not rich, so.
Oh, you see him just kind of drop. Like, oh, okay. Have fun out there. Bye, guys.
Yeah, I figured. Okay, see you later.
Wow, that guy really shows the powers of capitalism.
Yeah, exactly.
Ernest Capitalist. Is that his full name? His last name's Capitalist.
Well, we just call him Cap for short.
There you go.
Ernest Cap.
He's an entrepreneur.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay, so I get my newly acquired mining equipment, and off I go north to that strange place.
Okay.
Right on. So you work your way up there, and what you find, the road is relatively empty. You'd see some wildlife along the way, a few birds. This is a more of a tundra environment. There's not a whole ton of trees here. The road seems, relatively well maintained. Obviously, this was a well-used trading route for quite some time, but it ends all of a sudden, and what you see is a hole in the ground, like a perfectly circular spot where he said there should be a city.
Cool.
Oh,
Fun.
okay.
Is everybody else with Dane, or is it just Dane?
I assumed everyone was together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Mhm.
So didn't he say the city was abandoned?
Well, he said that it wasn't there, and what you see is basically a giant hole in the ground, like when we first met the Borg in Next Generation, and they're standing there next to the giant hole in the ground, or when the Hellmouth collapsed in the end of Buffy, or I don't know. I'm trying to make as many references as I can come up with.
Okay. So
Think a big, like an ice cream scoop, scooped the town away.
okay, that sucks.
Will we have to climb down?
How deep is this hole?
It's a seriously big hole. It's like, what someone from the Northwest would consider a pothole. So, like, Mount St. Helens top being blown type of a size hole.
It's not too bad.
Okay.
Is it straight down? Is it curved? Like,
Oh yeah, it's not straight down. It's it kind of goes in a little straight at first and then curves. Like take an ice cream scoop and scoop out of a fresh thing of ice cream, and
It's like a caldera.
you can
Okay.
slide down.
yeah.
All right. So we're gonna try and. He did say that the ore and the crystals were in this town, right, or around this town.
Yes.
Okay. So I guess we'll kind of work our way down in the caldera and see if we can find any ore or anything.
Mm-hmm. Can cautiously, recklessly slide down.
Sure. Doing what would that be? Acrobatics check.
Probably. That'd be a 5.
You tumble and roll.
Still fun. How much do I take damage?
No, you're fine. You just get the wind knocked out of you, but you're not really hurt.
Alright.
Okay.
I'll be sure to protect Jeremy on the way down, like wrap him in my arms and roll down.
All right. I'm gonna pick my way down at a more dignified pace.
Aw, come on, that was fun. No pain, no gain.
Okay, you work your way in and get down to a little more easy spot. You realize that this is a seriously big hole. But one of the things you notice is where kind of off in the distance to your right, there's where it looked to be like a shaft going down into the ground. More like a squared off mine shaft.
Mhm.
Though to your left, there's also some round holes that don't look man or dwarf made, and you're not sure what that's about. You get the feeling almost like you're being watched.
Inspect the round holes. Dane just mouthed to me, of course you do.
Okay, so you go to the round hole?
Yep.
All right, what do you want to do here?
And it's not me
Look around.
Look.
around.
Oh, punny. So very punny. So she's gonna inspect the round hole.
Yep, I'm just... Are you doing like an investigation, a nature? What are you doing?
Can I use it doesn't appear man-made, huh? So
No.
could I do a nature
No, Sure.
to try and see if I know what kind of creature could have made it? Or if it's dangerous at all?
Well, roll nature and see what you figure out.
16.
You look around and you say, this was done by some kind of a creature, and it's big and it's powerful. Notice how there's no tool marks. This looks like a body formation, maybe teeth against rock, maybe something else. In any case, we should be careful.
Okay. I'm going to make my way to the square hole.
Okay, you make your way over to the square hole, and it definitely looks machined. Like, you recognize this from, standard dwarven mining.
Sounds great. I'm gonna enter the shaft and look around.
Okay. As you go in, you look around, and one of the first things you notice is, kind of blown apart and strewn about are a bunch of old, like, personal lockers that miners would use to, store their personal effects, mining equipment, whatever, as they go into work or come out to go home.
Okay.
And there's what looked to once be kind of a big vault door that is now totally blown open and just hanging off its hinges, like, wide.
I'm getting flashback to our first campaign with the town that just repeated. Don't open the lockers, they're booby trapped. They'll explode.
I'm gonna go look in the vault and see if there's anything left in there.
As you start to look down inside, you see first, like, yellow sand.
Okay.
So standard shaft, mine shaft, whatever, that's the only thing that's out of place to your eye.
Okay.
But nothing else.
Well, there's, like, old tracks that have been torn apart and obviously decayed with time, have some issues, whatever. There's, say, like, an old skeleton of a mine cart that's kind of off to the side that's very defunct. But it looks like an old rotten mine that's seen, like, a big earthquake or a bomb or something. And then there's these drifts of yellow sand all over that go down into the mine.
Interesting. But there's nothing in the vault?
No, the vault entrance that's like the entrance to the mine. It's like a big vault door someone put over the mine entrance.
Oh, okay. So it's not a vault door to a vault. It's a big door to the mine entrance. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yellow sand. I gotta wonder if that has something to do with the creatures that are wandering around. All right. Well, I'm gonna kind of very carefully pick my way down the shaft because we need to find some more. So we need to find those crystals.
Yep.
All right. So you start working your way down the shaft, and it starts getting dark. Alpha, are you following?
But of course.
Alrighty, you make your way on down. The whole group is, I'm assuming, working their way down together.
Yep.
Yep.
All right. After a little bit, it gets pretty dark. So those with dark vision, you're good to see in the black and white. And I guess Alpha's the only one that doesn't have it. So he's the only one that loses sight. Unless he does something about it.
Oh, I have to light my good old trusty torch.
Ah, there you go. As he lights his torch, you see off in the distance a reflection. Several little shiny bits of light, just like if the sun had hit a broken mirror.
Ah. Go investigate those little shiny bits of light.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
All right.
Shiny things have never been bad.
As you make it down to them, you see, illuminated by the torch, blue, like bright sapphire blue crystals coming out in classic crystal form from the walls.
Okay.
Whoa, pretty.
All right. Well, I'm going to start trying to. I'm going to assume those are the crystals I'm looking for, and try and mine some off.
Right on. Are you going to use that pickaxe you picked up?
Yep.
Awesome. So you take a swing and give me a roll.
Oh no, not a roll.
Yep.
Oh Jesus. Is this like a strength check at all or anything? Or is
You can put dex on it for, finite skill of the swing.
Bleh. 2.
You rolled a 2?
I rolled a 2.
Plus dex 3.
You take a. Did you nat 1? Is that it?
No, it was a nat 2.
It was a nat 2. Okay, you don't have like any modifiers.
Not for dex, for strength, yeah.
Okay,
For
okay.
dex.
What's your strength?
Strength is +4.
Oh, well, there you go. We'll just say you're not very accurate, but you hit it really hard.
That's better.
How about that?
That gives me a whole 6, a whopping 6.
So you swing it super hard, and you hear this chink, and as the chink goes, you realize that the chink is more like a scream, and the scream echoes down through the cave as a piece of the little piece of the crystal falls off and hits the ground.
Wow, that's
Morbid.
well, yeah, I was gonna say something else. That's a little frightening. Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to keep mining, maybe a little bit more carefully.
Okay, take another swing.
All
Ernest
right.
will just grin and be like, I love how morbid nature is sometimes.
So that next roll was a nat 20.
Awesome. You swing hard, and the same or next crystal, I don't really care. You hit it, and it just pops right off, and it is silent. It falls off into the ground, gets just cushioned. It's fall cushioned by the yellow sand.
Perfect. I picked that up, slipped it in my backpack. How many of these things do you guys think I should mine?
I want one just for myself. I don't know how keen I am on mining supposed living crystals.
Okay.
I want to mine one and then give it to Jeremy as a sacrifice.
Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna mine some more. I want to, like, say, if I get around 10 crystals, I think that.
Sorry, just give me like 3 rolls and tell me what you get.
Okay. So roll number 1 is an 18.
Okay.
Roll number 2 is a 7.
Okay.
Roll number 3 is another 2.
So you swing through, and you hit the base of a nice growth. It drops a good sized one off the ground. I'll say it's about 4 fists. If you made a ball of a fist, about 4 of those. Good sized one comes right off. Makes a loud crack when you do it, but not that big of a deal. And then you go to swing for another one. You're like, man, that was really successful. You hit another chunk, and it doesn't go through, but you hear kind of a rumble, a whoosh. There's like this loud scream sound followed by air moving up past you. You're like, that's weird. But you take your last swing, you hit the crystal, it comes off, falls to the ground, and it's just like a banshee scream echoes for a second through the cave. Just.
Okay.
And then you feel the ground just rumble a little. And you get the feeling of air pushing towards you, past you towards the entrance.
Oh, so it's already gone past us?
No, the air has. There's
Okay.
air rushing past you towards the entrance.
Okay.
Like you feel it coming up from the bowels of the cave, beyond where you can see, beyond where is illuminated.
All right. I think we need to get out of here right now.
Oh, do we need to go down and get the crystals that filled the floor, or just?
Well, no, I picked them up.
Got them.
But I don't think we should linger. I don't think you should stick around and try and mine your crystal, because I think some of those big animal things are coming.
You're right, but I want to sacrifice for Jeremy.
All right. Well, I'm gonna hand my pickaxe off to Casseros, and then I'm gonna start taking Ray and Alpha, and we're gonna start heading towards the entrance of the shaft.
I can make a quick getaway if I
as
need
as
to.
quickly as we possibly can.
All right, and just for fun, Theseus will agree with you because he's kind of hanging out there too. He's fascinated by this whole thing, and he's like, I suggest we follow the dwarf and get the hell out of here."
Okay, so everyone except Castros is leaving.
All right, cool. Castros, give me a swing to mine that.
Dex?
You can do strength. I liked using the strength one. It worked for Dane.
Do I get a choice? Because strength is a minus for me.
Oh well, sure. You do a very finite. You're being very careful. You're looking for a weak spot, and you want to hit it perfectly to break it. Where he just used brute force.
Yeah, it's still just an 8.
Yeah, you ting off, and now instead of just a whoosh of air, you actually hear a growl, and it's getting closer. You want to take another swing?
Yeah! Like I said, I can make a quick getaway. I can turn into something very fast and get out of here if I need to. So I'll take one more swing. It doesn't need to be big. Just a little piece for Jeremy.
Okay.
That one was worse.
How worse?
That'll be a 5.
Well, you are able to get off just the tiniest little shards.
Perfect.
Like, you hit it and it powders away, and I need you to roll perception really quick.
Not one.
No one. You notice nothing. You reach down and you pick up those little pieces, and just as you hold it in your hand, you get slammed into from the side, and that is a oh god, 20 to hit, which I'm assuming beats your AC.
That hits.
All right, and it bites you for 15 piercing damage, and your body is propelled out towards the entrance of the cave.
It put me out anyways. It's fine.
Well, you didn't actually necessarily fly all the way to the entrance. You just were kind of pushed in that direction.
Have I been?
Yeah, no, you are bit. Like, the teeth have bit you, and your body is being propelled towards the rest of the party.
Okay. Got it. So she's still held in its mouth then, basically?
Yes, she has not had a chance to try to do anything else yet, because with that nat 1 on perception, it gets the surprise attack, and she doesn't have a chance to respond yet.
How about at least scream in pain so that your companions know that you're in trouble?
Sure. Ow.
All right, so we'll say that happened. You guys are all running up. Give me really quick. So I need Dane, Ray, Alpha, and Theseus all to give me some. Let's do aerobics checks really quick.
Aerobics?
Yes, since you're running out.
Alright, so Alpha's at 14. And
Okay.
need me to help with Theseus. I just have to find Theseus.
So there's nothing that says aerobics.
On the top.
Could be.
It's the very top one.
That's acrobatics.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, I thought there was.
Oh, wait. Acrobatics. Oh, no.
Athletics. That's what it is on
Athletics.
5e.
Oh.
Athletics.
Got it. Oh, thank goodness.
Ray got a 14.
Jesus.
Cool.
How many?
Oh, wait. So Alpha got 11, and Theseus, I rolled for him. He got 13.
13. Dane?
Well, I'm gonna melt this particular dice down, I think, really soon. So I get a +7 on athletics, and even with that ends up being a 10. So
That's awesome. Well, that's really funny. I'm sorry, I shouldn't laugh. That's just, I can't believe the way these things work out.
yeah.
So, I had rolled, what was funny about that is particularly because I just rolled a random number to see, who got over, who got under. I rolled an 11. And so I figure if you tie, you succeed. So sadly, Dane's the only one that you guys are all hightailing it up there. You make it. Dane trips and just gets. But thankfully, you instead because Castros is in its mouth, it can't bite you. So you just get trampled over, knocked to the ground, and let's see. I shouldn't laugh. I'm sorry. It's just so insane, like what happens.
Oh, just these bad rolls are so frustrating.
Okay, so you take 9 bludgeoning, just being knocked down and smashed.
Okay.
Okay, and you raise your head just in time to see the back end of this creature, basically what looks like a worm from your perspective, heading out through the entrance. You guys that made it out, everyone else is on the side of the mine there as this thing goes flying out, pushing Castros at its head, and then it stops, spits Castros out, and then turns around back towards you and sees you. And what you see is just this giant purple worm.
Castros, make nature check.
Okay, go for it.
Where did that one go? There. 13?
You haven't seen it before, but you've definitely you haven't seen anything like this before, but you've definitely heard tales of these things and you've seen smaller versions and they are scary.
I don't know if I'll fight this one. But it's heading for Dane. Could I potentially take an action to do something if it's suddenly locked on Dane?
Well, it hasn't locked on per se, but it's definitely whole body out of the ground, turned back, and it's going back towards that mine entrance. I don't think it's specifically focused on a person, more like it's home.
But it's still between me and the exit, right?
Well, no, it's out. So you've got
Exit.
Alpha, Ray, and Theseus at the exit. You are inside on the ground, prone, and it is outside between everyone except Castros and Castros. it's between you guys.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna get up and make my way to the entrance at least.
Oh, you mean just exit?
Yeah, the exit.
Okay, so you start running towards the exit. It's gonna start coming back at you, mouth open.
Okay. I am going to cast Ray of Frost at it.
Go for it.
See if maybe I can slow it down a little bit. Well, okay, so that is 13.
You shoot out your Ray of Frost, and it hits the side and bounces off.
Does this?
Like you hit its scaly hide.
Can I make an estimate of how fast this thing is?
Yeah, it's moving fast. Open air, 50 feet.
Way between it and where it wants to go.
Yes, you are between it and where it wants to go.
Me or Dane?
I mean, Dane is running out of the shaft. It's coming straight at him. He hasn't quite made it to you guys yet. So he just tried to shoot at it. It's moving in, closing that gap. I mean, he's going to pull a Matthew McConaughey in that Dragon movie here soon. So you guys on the side better do something.
Between me and Dane now. Or is it closer to Dane than me?
It's closer to you.
Closer. Well, no, and who's closer to Dane, me or the worm?
This is your benevolent GM! And this is an ad break. Thank you for listening. Please join us at patreon.com/Azentuary, where you can sign up and ask us questions, which we'll answer in a monthly Q&A session. Or, at a higher tier, you can become an NPC that permanently is a part of our fantasy world, Or even higher still, you can get all of our merchandise as we invent it. Give us reviews. Let us know what you think. All of it will be for sale eventually on Azentuary.com. But for now, if you could please support us, we're at patreon.com/Azentuary. And thank you for joining the adventure.
Okay, hold on. Let me draw it out. So start with the mine entrance. We'll start there, okay? Immediately at the entrance, we have Theseus, Alpha, and Ray. Just inside the entrance is Dane. Way out, like, say, 40 feet from the entrance is the Worm. And then behind that, another 50 feet is Castros.
Okay, so you're the farthest away from the entrance because it came all the way out, spit you out, then
It's still
turned
aiming
around.
for the entrance.
Yes.
Got it.
So we can't we just step out of the way of the entrance?
Yeah, I'm gonna say
You can, but
You guys are off to the side. Yeah, you
You're
basically you
fine.
stepped out of the way and it went past you.
Well,
Dane's the one that's in trouble.
I'm in big trouble.
so. Dash does not qualify as. Could I do a bonus action and a dash in the same turn?
Your dash is your action, so well, I guess technically because well, it depends what the bonus action is, but yeah, I would say you could.
I'm gonna, like,
Well, how big a range is your entangle spell?
that's not what I was gonna do. I don't think it can reach.
Like if you want a polymorph, like as or whatever, wild shape as a bonus action and then dash action, I'd say that would work. I mean, they did it on Animorphs.
Let's turn to an elk because it's a large beast. It has a speed of 50 feet. Use a dash action to get to you and just like Indiana Jones run away from it and out to the side.
Oh, there you go. That would probably work.
You want to do that? All right.
Sure.
Oh God,
So yes.
I have a bad feeling about this.
You want me to roll for the wild shape?
Yes, please. Just make sure because you're especially here and you're amidst tons of distraction. Let's see what happens.
At 16.
Yeah, you're good.
All right. Turns into an elk. Mad dash towards Dane to like kind of scoop him up, get him out of the way.
Okay, so you're running full speed around this thing to try to outrun it.
Yeah.
And you basically you can't do anything other than slam into him with your horns or antlers at this point.
Like my mouth or something and pull him out of the way.
Well, it's a dash, so I mean I don't think so. I think all you could do is just basically try to almost like when two, bucks fight for a female and they hit each other, you basically are going to have to hit them with your horns and lift them to the side.
Scoop him up, like try to go under.
Yeah, so put your head down.
Yeah.
All right. Dane, are you going to even be able to respond to, like, acknowledge what's going on here?
Well, I appreciate the rescue attempt.
I mean, you got an elk charging at you at full speed.
Well, I also have
Are you
a
just going to
worm.
go with it?
I have a worm charging at me at full speed also, so
He'd rather take the elk.
I guess you're just not going to really notice the elk. All right, just roll me Castros, roll me a 1d20.
You want me to try and roll a dex to see if maybe I can...
So you want me to roll a 1d20?
Yeah.
That's a 4.
A 4?
Yeah.
Well, you didn't fail. You definitely are going to knock him out of the way. 1d6 plus 3. All right, hold on a sec. Okay, so...
Stats right here if you want me to send them to you.
No, I've got it. Because you're ramming. So you get a hit Dane. It's going to do 7 bludgeoning damage as you slam into him. He's running forward. You're running at him. But you kind of scoop him and slam him to the side. I'm just trying to think now. So because there's so much energy, you're gonna follow through and end up slamming yourself also into the side to get out of the way. So let's call it you hit and you take 3 bludgeoning damage yourself from slamming so hard into the sidewall. But as you do, the worm slips past both of you and down into the shaft.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
Well, yeah, I was trying to think of how to resolve it, and that last roll ended up as a 19. So I'm like, okay, well, it kind of slips by at that point.
Okay. Well, thank God it decided not to attack us some more.
Well, it was trying to.
The most chaotic rescue attempt ever.
Well, if it all failed and they were both gonna die, Ray was gonna attempt to do like a flying kick to like push the worm out of the way just a little to like nudge it to the side.
It's the Alaskan bullworm from SpongeBob.
Yeah, and I was able to curb stomp some guy's skull in.
Yeah, with a nat 20.
Okay. So anyway,
Moving on.
Dane picks himself up, kind of dusts himself off, catalogs all his many bruises and contusions and hematomas, and limps on out. He does give Castros a nice little pat on his neck for the valiant effort. And
Cass will like walk beside you. You can lean against him. He'll help you up.
there you go. And we kind of venture into the daylight together.
Awesome. You get out there and just because he can, I think Theseus should probably go over and do a cure wounds on you.
Oh, perfect.
Yep. I can cure myself, so just take care of Dane.
Are you there, Alex?
Yep. Just trying to think what to do because it's a big ass
Sure.
worm.
Well, just give him cure wounds.
Yeah,
Just cast cure wounds on.
No,
Cure wound.
the worm is gone.
Oh, Theseus can. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So Theseus, what is his current stats? I have so many different pages for things here because we have updated Theseus as well.
Theseus Armored is the one you want. It's just cure wounds, spell slot level 1.
Okay, so that would be. Oh, he gets big spell stats though. It's 14 points.
Wow, nice.
He cured me for 14. Wow, that's impressive. That brings me almost up to full strength. That's awesome.
And one sec. Castros will also heal himself using the expending spell slots in Wild Shape to get back 1d8 per spell slot. So I'm gonna do a level 3. Let's do. It's not d8. Dum-de-dum. Alright. For 3d8. That is... Oh, I rolled very well. That is 24 hit points back on me.
Holy crap, good job.
Yeah. I don't even need that much, actually.
All right. Well, after Theseus cures me, I'm like, well, I think that was a success.
Castros will nod as an elk. Once again, don't waste Wild Shape, so he'll just be an elk for like the next hour.
And then I guess we slowly make our way back out of the crater.
Well, you're making a few steps away. Theseus stops, drops to the ground, puts both hands down, and says, "This isn't over. Feel the ground." Anyone want to join him?
I'll try, but
Ray will.
Castros just like lays down on the ground.
I don't have a lot of confidence in my rolls right now. Oh, well, that one was all right. That was a 16.
And perception. Go ahead and put your perception modifier on there.
Perception is +4, so that's 20. That's a dirty 20.
Oh, nice. Yeah, you feel it. Are you the only other one?
Castros laid down on the ground to feel it as an elk.
I don't even know what your... Okay, well, just, I guess, use your regular stat for perception.
Really have normal stats, but not all. Like they don't have the skills written out for.
No, yours. Your actual characters. What's Casros's?
Still not great. That's a 7 on perception.
Okay, yeah, you don't perceive anything. You're just like, what? You guys are weird.
Okay, Ray's gonna try to.
I'm trying to see what my perception would be as Alpha. 8!
Alright.
Alpha does not sense anything. He's in
Nope.
awe of the
Yeah.
majesty of this nature thing that he saw.
Ray.
Ray got a 14.
Right on. Ray, you're not exactly sure. You're close, but you're not 100%. But Dane, you and Theseus look at each other, and you both look really scared. And look back at the others and are like, guys, we gotta go now.
All right.
All right.
Running up the crater.
Question:
Yes.
An elk is a large beast. How many people do you think I can have ride on my back?
1?
Yeah, but well, two smaller ones. I mean, a dwarf can share with a. I mean, usually you could fit 2 dwarfs on a horse, so you could probably. I mean, you could probably do 2 people.
Now, dwarf is kind of heavy. Maybe just Ray.
Who's slowest?
Not Ray.
Well, Alpha can move really fast,
Yeah. What's an elk's move speed?
50 feet.
So literally, Alpha can keep pace with an elk.
Okay. Dane is probably the slowest, looks like. He's at 25. Is Ray at 35?
Yeah.
Okay, Ray's 35. Dane is 25. So,
All right, Dane, hop on and hold on to Jeremy.
all right. So I jump up on the elk and hold on for dear life.
All right. Let's go, Ray. You'll have to fend for yourself. You're gonna be okay.
Probably.
All right. Charge. Not actual charge attack. No, just run.
Okay. All right. So, what about Theseus?
Well, Theseus is going the direction like with the party and hopefully away from the danger.
All right. So everyone's running. The slowest. So yeah, Alpha, Casros, and Dane all are just taking off. I mean, you guys are gone so fast. There is also the problem of when you guys take off, Alpha starts shooting lightning out against the ground, which ripples across the surface as he's stomping through.
Well, he's not
And-
dashing. He's running.
I thought you were. I assumed that both were dashing. I assumed the elk was. I assumed basically everyone was dashing because you're running away. You're not just moving.
I guess it's also fair. Yeah, that's a fair assessment.
So everyone taking off running. So you guys get pretty far ahead, and let's see. So then Theseus and Ray, you guys get you two are together. The group gets separated. And right in between you guys, one of those worms bursts up out of the ground.
Oh.
And lands across your path.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to.
Well, no, it's between Ray and Theseus. We're long gone.
No, it's between us. And
No, it's Ray and Theseus are on one side, and on the other side is
3.
Okay.
Dane, Casros, and Alpha.
Okay.
Well, do we notice we're like running at full speed away? So
I met.
No, yeah, you guys don't even notice it at first.
yeah. I feel like Dane might be keeping an eye like behind.
Yeah. Well, actually, I'm probably bent over your neck. But I would imagine we would hear something burst out of the ground. I can't imagine that would be kind of a quiet thing.
Oh no, it's loud.
So, boom. Dane's going to look over his shoulder at that point. He's going to see the worm burst out of the ground. And he's going to haul back on Casros's antlers to get him to stop.
All right, that's so kind of let out like a hey, like in
Like a,
elf speak.
like a bugle.
Yeah, just be like hey,
Yeah.
and he'll like come to a halt and like turn around.
Okay. What does Alpha do?
Alpha skids to a halt next to the elk.
Okay. All right.
All right.
So obviously we can't leave our companions behind. We're gonna turn back and kind of head back towards the worm.
Dang, ready your weapon. Like, we'll come riding in like we're on a battlefield. You come riding in on an elk. Like, ready your weapon.
Okay.
We fight. Alright. Castros,
Wait, so
for dramatic effect, Castros will, like, scrape his, like, hooves behind him. Like, do, like, the bull, hoof scraping thing, and then charge.
all right, hold on. We need to roll initiative here, or else I'm going to lose all track of everything going on.
Okay. All right.
Pass me the dice, please.
Dane rolled an 8.
Okay.
Jeez, not roll. Castros also got an 8.
Oh,
Ray got a 22.
Jesus. Go Ray.
Oh, Alpha, not 20.
Oh, very nice.
Okay.
And Theseus, it's a grand total of 7.
7. So, Dane and Castros, do you want to flip a coin or something between you?
Well, it's not like Dane or Castros can do a whole lot.
Oh, yeah. Well, Castros and Dane, you guys are going to go at the same time. That's true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
All right. So we'll just leave that as it is.
Okay.
All right.
I'll charge you.
Now. So, first, Ray, you get to go first. You and Alpha, it's on your side. It's right in front of you. You're going to see it first anyway. So that was great rolls.
Theseus are on
Yeah,
that
that's
side?
Ray and Theseus.
Oh, yeah.
Alrighty.
That's right. I forgot Alpha was on the other side. So yeah, so you go first. Theseus will be a little stunned.
Okay, so this thing, is it like actively trying to attack us right now, or did it just happen to come up in front of us? And do you think
It burst through the ground in front of you. You're not sure what's going on. Technically, it's moving perpendicular to your path of travel right now.
Okay. Well, because I'm trying to see if we can dodge it and not engage in combat with it. That's probably the best option. Because I don't want to fight a giant worm, okay? That doesn't sound like a good outcome for us.
It's probably not.
Exactly. But I don't have really anything. Oh, I got something. Oh wait, now I can't do it. Darn it. Okay, I was gonna do something, but realized I don't have the stuff for it yet, so.
Okay.
I don't know what to do, because I want to try to run past it. Because I don't want to fight this thing, I really don't.
Well, if it's, say, moving to the left, you could run to the right.
I'll do that. Just try to avoid it and dodge.
Okay, are you going to try to jump over the hole it came out of, or do you want to try to go all the way around the hole?
I'm gonna say, to be on the safe side, I'll try running around the hole.
Okay. So basically, if you dash action, you could get basically to your same position, but on the other side.
I'll do that then, just not engage with it. We just want to get out of here.
Okay, you do that. Alpha, your turn.
Alpha is dashing away as well. And covers...
Wait, you're dashing away? You had stopped and you were pointed back at it, but you're going to dash away?
Away from this creature, because Alpha does not want to punch a giant worm.
Okay, so you take off and leave everyone. And then the worm, let's see, turns the opposite direction of where you guys are, and Theseus is the only one over there, so it will go for him. Turn and try to eat him. Should be interesting. What is his AC?
Right now, Theseus is at 17.
17, okay. And I rolled, oh god, dirty 20. So it hits. And it does 15 piercing damage. And I need him to make a DC. I need to make him to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay, +6. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. 20.
20?
Yep.
Okay, nice. So he got bit, and the worm tried to toss him to do a second attack, and he dodged out of the way. All right, he is there. It's kind of pointed at him. It is the Castro Stain combo now.
Okay.
So, Castros, do you want to charge first and then Dane strike, or what do you guys want to do?
To let Dane have a rare moment. Castros will listen to you. For now, Castros is the steed, so
Okay.
you can direct him.
Dane's gonna try and cast Witch Bolt at this thing.
Okay,
Okay.
go for it.
That is a 10.
Yeah, that doesn't do anything.
Okay. All right. But I get an extra attack per turn now.
Okay.
So.
I think you can only use magic once, so you would have to
That-
ready for a blow.
So that is 15 to hit with the javelin.
You toss your javelin mightily, but it chinks off the armor.
Okay. Now that returns back to my hand anyway. All right.
Castros?
I don't know if so. You're attacking.
Yeah.
I'm assuming he's gonna try to motion at you to back up at least a tiny bit, and he'll do a charge attack.
Well, Dane's still on your back.
Yeah.
True. You want to hop off? Well, actually, no,
Not
your
not
turn's up.
especially. No.
What's supposed to do then?
You can back
Just
up.
carry him into battle.
Well, if you get closer, you can use your axe, and we could save potentially. How much weight do you think an elk could carry?
But see, if you dash in, it's a whole nother round before I can do anything.
No, charge is an attack.
Yeah, the charge, I mean, a dash in and hit is a hit. I mean, the elk can just do that with its antlers.
Yeah.
All right. Well, okay.
Up to you, though.
Oh, I don't care. It's your turn.
Oh, yeah,
It's
okay.
your action.
Well, you're on my back, so he'll kind of give a bit of warning by readying himself, so Dane could potentially brace for impact, and then he'll do a charge attack.
Awesome.
So move. Well, how far away is the worm? I'm assuming more than 20 feet.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Definitely. So you get your full charge speed.
Cool. Okay. And hits it with a ram attack on the same turn. So to hit, that is we're doing a charge. It says a ram attack. Ram attack is a +5 to hit. Will I just roll for that?
Yep. So, yeah, 1d20 plus 5.
21.
Oh, you hit. You slam into it verily.
Okay. The time it takes an extra 2d6. Okay. So it takes damage for the ram, and then it also takes an extra 2d6. Because it's a charge. One sec.
Yep.
That is 9 bludgeoning. Just from the ram.
Nice.
And then an extra 9. So 18. And if
Good hit.
if it's a creature, it must succeed on a DC 13 strength saving throw, or it's knocked prone.
Ooh, okay. Let me roll on this. It is big, so it gets a pretty good advantage. Oh yeah, I rolled a nat 17.
Yeah.
It's fine.
But we got its attention.
Still 18 damage.
Yeah, you heard it. You definitely crunched some chitin there or whatever is on its exterior. And Dane, you probably should make a strength save. I mean, with that big of an impact, being on the elk's back.
Oh, okay.
I think you're good.
So that's 15 plus 4 is 19.
Yeah, you're fine. You hold on.
Nice.
Good job.
Yeah, I switched
Okay.
dice.
Dream team right here.
Awesome. All right, now it's Theseus' turn. Well, Alex, do you want to take this one?
I guess. I mean, he doesn't have his weapons, doesn't have much else going on. Ooh.
I would run personally, but it's up to you.
Yeah. Yeah, Theseus has a move speed of 30, so Theseus runs away.
So I think he could, if you're moving back towards it came out of the ground. I mean, after that move, there's probably enough earth you could run around its tail and get over towards, make it via dash pretty close to the direction, or pretty close to where Ray is.
Mm-hmm. So, yes, he dashes away, and don't think that gives an opportunity or anything. Attack of opportunity.
It technically should, but in this case, because it's not really a hand-to-hand creature type of combat, I'm not going to do it because it's a worm.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense to really do that. Like if it was an orc or something, that would kind of make sense, but it's a worm.
Yeah. So, he runs away.
Mm-hmm. Brave Theseus ran away. Brave Theseus ran away, away. When danger reared its ugly head, he bravely turned his tail and fled.
Yep.
Anyway.
Well, we have its distraction now. Ray can probably get away, and then when it comes our turn again, we book it.
Well, Ray is already probably 30 feet away because that's what she did her last action, 35 feet.
Well, you got around, you got around to where you were before, so you're probably about, I mean, Theseus is next to you, maybe a little past. I'm going to say you're about 20 feet off the creature's tail. So, and it is your turn, Ray.
Are there any other worms like in front of me?
Nope, just
You don't see anything.
Alrighty, I'm just booking it.
Right on. All right, you book it. Alpha is way up ahead of you because he was booking it. And I guess it's Alpha's turn. Are you still booking it, Alpha?
I mean, he's slowing down a little bit because trying to figure out what the heck is going on with, the rest of the party. So he's not quite going as fast, but it's more like, what is this? What is going on?
Okay. What's this? What's this?
I can't believe my eyes.
So the worm then, it continues its turn, spins around, and let's see, you ran. I did just get hit by an elk, so there's like a 50-50. I mean, it could either go at this point for either Theseus or the Dane elk combo, the Delk.
Well, Theseus was able to move 60 feet on a dash, so he still could get out of range.
Yeah, well, the worm's open air movement is 50. So, and he had to start on the other side. So if it moved its full length, it could get to him, but it could also go for, let's say it goes for Castros. That makes more sense because there's this giant, elk sitting there, which would be a much easier target and makes way more sense.
And the elk just hit the worm.
Yeah, exactly. So it hit it, and so it spins around to take a bite. So it chomps at you, and that is a 21 to hit.
Hits.
Well, it's... I'm going to switch D20s here and see if my other one rolls less. Just for... Try to be kind. There's the die I was looking for. So that is 14 piercing damage. And how big is the elk? Is it a large creature?
Elk should be large.
Oh, large beast. Okay. I need you, Castros, to make a dexterity saving throw.
If I was doing this as Castros, I would have had a +2, but Elk has a +0 on dexterity. It's a 9.
9. Okay. You not only get bitten, you find yourself fully in the mouth and being consumed. Dane, really quick, roll me a dexterity save because you are on Castros' back.
Wow.
That is a 16.
You say 16?
Yes.
You do not escape in time. So you guys both get pulled in.
Oh, yay.
Okay.
Dane cut
It is... But he didn't get the bite damage. You got the bite because it bit and then opened up and pulled back. So It's actually perfect timing. It is Dane and Casvos' turns, and you guys are just inside the mouth of the creature. What do you do?
Yeah, alright, well, I'll swing on my battle axe. Trying to cut at its nice soft innards.
All right.
Cut at its tongue. 18.
Yeah, that's 18.
18 plus 5 is
You hit.
23.
You hit fairly. You slam your axe right through a very squishy and vulnerable part.
So 1d8. That 2 plus that's. Oh, okay. That's 7 damage.
Nice. Okay.
All right, extra attack. I'm gonna swing again.
Yep.
That's 9.
9 to hit.
9 to hit.
That doesn't do anything.
Of course not. All right.
Okay. Is the mouth still open? Can we get out of here?
No, it is closed down upon you. You are inside the mouth. It has not swallowed yet. You have a quick moment to do something.
Can do is ram again.
You can't move enough to ram, I don't think. Well, you could. Yeah, you could swing your antlers back and forth.
Or, well, actually, no.
Wild shape into a fireball.
I doubt one.
I was gonna say, like, because wild shaping is a bonus action, but I still won't be able to attack if I'm de-transforming and then retransforming into something else. Now, do you think de-transforming would be a bonus action?
Yeah, I would say so. So yeah, if you were wanting to transform back to your human form and then do something, you could. Or tiefling form, I mean. Sorry.
2. I'll transfer back into human form and then cast... Actually, wait. That might not work. Call lightning has to be used in an outdoor space.
Yeah, you have to be able to see the sky.
I believe so, yeah. I can do moonbeam, though.
Sure.
Pray to God. Ha! Ha! Thank you! Thank you! 18 plus 9!
Oh, you nail it. You're down with Brown.
Alright.
Okay, sorry. There's only a few people, if they listen in California, that'll get that. Governor Jerry Brown of California, they used to call him Moonbeam because he was like a hippie.
Oh.
That's 2d10 radiant damage. Where's the other? There we go. Alright. Big damage, big damage! No, that's a 6. That's 6 radiant damage. But...
Hey, that...
oh yeah,
But...
it can make a constitution saving throw as well.
Okay.
Take half, but...
Yeah, it does. Wow, that was a terrible roll. No, it does not save.
Cool. But it is engulfed in flame.
Awesome. On the inside. Okay, I'm going to keep going for a minute, and then I'm going to see how that resolves here in just a moment. So we are at Theseus's turn, who made it to the other side. He sees, Ray and Alpha booking it, but he turns, and what does he have right now for a weapon?
The zombie sword.
Oh, God. All right, yeah, I wouldn't blame you if he just runs.
Hold on. I have an idea, though, for him. So he's still relatively close.
I swear he had, like...
Ray gave him her
something
short
else.
sword.
Yeah, when he
Yeah.
came here, I gave him a short sword.
Hold on. I have an idea.
Okay.
He turns around. I just want to double check what his magic is. He gets like, yes, +7 on there. he sees the mouth chomped down, and he casts Charm Monster.
Go for it.
And natural 18s with the spell modifier, 25.
And what's this? What's the roll to save?
It's a wisdom saving throw.
Oh god, I have minus wisdom. I'm dumb. Oh yeah, I fail.
Yeah, it's like a natural DC 15.
And I rolled a 7, which means 6. So
So the worm suddenly just goes,
huh?
and becomes
What's
friendly.
up?
Probably opening its mouth like, huh? And dropping the guys out before they
Yeah.
get swallowed.
I like this. Okay,
Now we run.
so let's see, Ray, Alpha. So yeah, it would just go to Ray and Alpha's turns, who I guess have slowed down but are still fleeing, and then the worm's
We're
turn,
like
which
probably 150 feet away right now, and we turn around like, oh.
so I guess the worm is just charmed and hanging out there, like, huh? What's up?
Yeah, as long as nobody attacks it, it will last for 1 hour. It'll be our friends.
As soon as he realizes that it's like charmed, he will immediately
It's not your turn.
decast Moonbeam though.
Well, I'm already away, and you guys seem to be fine. Just stop fighting them and book it.
So Ray's not going to do
Okay.
anything.
You're out of the mouth. What am I supposed to do to help you now?
And Alpha is Alpha next?
I think, Alpha would be next, but he just kind of stopped and looked what's going on. So the worm just kind of drops you guys out of its mouth and then just kind of cocks its head, I guess, and looks at Theseus.
Cast Moonbeam.
I mean, effectively speaking, the combat is over because you have charmed the creature.
Well, unless we don't know.
Get ready for the next hour.
Is Theseus telling us not to attack now?
I guess I'm gonna say like, hold your sword.
All right, but as long as Theseus tells us to not attack, then we can definitely not attack.
Okay, we'll make it simple. When the worm dropped you out of its mouth, you both went prone.
There you go. Yeah, you're both prone on the ground.
So we struggle
And you're-
for the.
Castors can recognize a charm spell, so he'll make sure to not damage it anymore. And
Okay, and then Theseus says, "Hold your swords."
Yes.
With your axes.
your axes. No
All right.
holes.
All right, so Dane is shaking with rage and is actually turning red. But he manages to just stop himself from mindlessly hacking at this thing, and he kind of backs away.
Okay.
But he's really pissed, so it's a near thing.
Grinning, because this is like a once in a lifetime experience, like
It's kind of hard to smile when you're in elk form.
he detransformed.
Oh, he
He's human now.
So that's right. So Castros is all slimy from being in the worm's mouth, but he's smiling like a fool. Okay, got it.
It's a learning experience. Like, this will be fun to take to the next Moon Circle gatherings that I never go to. I was inside the giant worm's mouth. You should have seen it. I totally beat it
Well, there you go.
on my own.
Okay. All right.
Well, I guess the question is, what do you do with this charmed worm that you have it charmed for an hour?
Yeah. Well, my first instinct is just leave it. I'm not going to do anything with it.
Yep.
Kind of up to Theseus.
Castros will pet it.
It kind of rolls towards its belly.
Oh, cute. I'll pet it. Give it some good old belly rubs.
Dane's just shaking his head in disgust as he walks away, muttering to himself. just kind of muttering dwarven profanities under his breath as he just kind of walks away.
Awesome. Well, just because you can, Theseus will stand up. Companions, do you wish for transport to the edge of this crater?
Dane's like, not on your life. And he just keeps walking.
Then Theseus jumps up and he holds up a fist and he's like, Muad'Dib! And starts riding the worm.
Atros will join him on the worm.
Doesn't he need his sandworm hooks to be able to do that?
Oh no, because the creature is totally charmed, he doesn't even have to like hold on to control it. He just rides it and it like comfortably just guides him along the surface all the way to the edge.
All right, sounds good.
This is great. This is definitely going to be taken to the next druid meeting I never go to.
Well, he jumps off and waits for you guys to catch up who didn't ride, and as you get there and get out, he looks down and he says, "Thank you, my friend. Return deep into the ground. I will see you sometime far off in the future." And the worm goes out and dives down one of those holes and disappears beneath the surface.
Okay. All right.
Cool.
Sounds good. Dane's just going to keep stomping on towards the town. He's just not... It's going to take him a long time to cool down because nothing worked right for him. His spells fizzled. He only got really one good strike with his axe. He's just...
He was slammed into a wall by his companion.
Well, I mean, he didn't really... I mean, yeah, he didn't mind that so much, but just the...
Because he was trying to help.
There was no Dane did not get a lot of glory in this particular encounter because, not that he's really a glory hound, but he's hard on himself because he wasn't able to really do what he wanted to do.
He did survive, though, which is more than many can say in that situation.
Yeah, mainly because Theseus successfully casted a very good spell. But yes, I mean, that's true.
I survived a giant worm.
Yeah, that's true.
At least we lived.
We should make that a t-shirt. I survived a giant worm.
The Alaskan bullworm. No, we can't do that. It's copyrighted.
So
you guys did surprisingly well, actually.
Really?
I have to say.
How
Yeah.
much did that one charge attack do? Because I rolled very well for that.
well, you said you did 18.
Yeah, I mean, it took a good... I mean, it was a good blow.
Yeah, so...
Well, I don't know how much damage like that thing could have actually taken, so like in retrospect, it could have not been as much.
Oh, it was a small percentage of its total hit points, but it was still a good hit.
Ah.
Got
So
it.
yeah, if we had actually tried to seriously fight that thing, we would have been screwed.
Yeah, the point of it was not for you guys to seriously fight it. It was for you to problem solve a way out of fighting it.
Nah.
Which worked.
Yeah, it did. That's kind of funny because
I mean, I wasn't trying to
I
fight
thought in D&D usually your first impulse is to charge.
Well, it can be, but you know, there's enough podcasts out there that are all about murder hobos, you know, running around. I like the finesse of throwing something that's, you know, actually challenging at you guys.
What's a murder hobo?
You know, people that just play D&D like, I'm gonna kill him and then kill them and kill them, and you just...
Oh, they just serial killers that just kill random people, or is that just kind of their answer to everything?
Yeah, that their answer to everything is, you know, kill everyone, everything, all that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let the gods sort it out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
To quote the Pope.
All right. Well, very cool.
At least you got to ride majestically on top of an elk.
No, that's true.
You did.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys have collected crystals. You have your blue crystals. You have made it out. Where are you going to go from here? What are you thinking? What are you planning on doing?
Well, so probably gonna go back to town. Because isn't the place that we're going to kind of south of the town?
It is. It is. It's south and to the west by sea.
Yeah,
It's not a place you can walk to. You have to go by boat.
right.
So,
So we'll probably have
there is
yeah. So we'll probably have to go back to town to catch a ship to this next place.
correct.
Yeah.
We're gonna give the guy
So
the
you
crystals.
No, we have to give this other place the island southwest of this one the crystals.
Got it.
Yeah.
Go
all right.
close.
So, traveling you go.
Traveling we go.
Awesome. You get your way. You can see that you walk for a little while. It's getting very late. Assuming you set out basically in the morning. It is now effectively dusk. I mean, the sun is setting overhead. You are, getting into the evening as you're walking into town. And let's see. Does anyone have a passive perception over 13, like a 14 or better?
13.
How do you figure out your passive perception?
It's
It's on the bottom below
Ray has
charisma on your
15.
sheet.
Oh,
Ray has a
okay.
15.
Ray has a 15.
Ray has a 15. Ray, you perk your ears up and you turn to the side and you're like, there's a wagon coming. A coach, perhaps? It's moving pretty fast. Can't even see it yet, but it's there. Does anyone pay attention to him?
Oh
or
yeah.
her?
Dane's like, okay. Do we need to clear the street then?
But you guys are out on the road. You're outside of town. So that's up to you. Are you gonna move out of the way? Are you listening to the advice?
Yeah.
How's that working? So you step to the side basically.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, cool. So you are told of this. You step out of the way, and you hear the footsteps then that you didn't hear before, and you see there's a kind of a shadow. It's dark. It is a coach, but it's black, or not quite black, but like gray, almost like someone took a regular coach and completely rubbed it down with charcoal. And it's being drawn by a horse. Again, black, but not really. Almost like someone took a regular, say, a white horse or whatever, and rubbed it all down with charcoal.
Okay.
And you see it coming, and from the back you catch a glimpse. There's appears to be someone, at least one person, hanging off the back, and a driver, and then another person on the top.
Okay.
And yep, they're coming in fast. You guys are all just watching, I take it?
Yes.
All right. You hear the driver say, "Whoa," as the horse begins to slow down, pull up right next to you, and the guy on the top pulls out a crossbow and points it down, and starts scanning around the party, and then points over to Theseus and says, "Theseus?" And he, of course, being Theseus, "Yes," because he's like that. It's like, that's what we thought. And from around the back of the coach, you see a bunch of people jump out and run around and grab him by the arms and start to push you guys away. How do you respond?
Excuse me.
I'm gonna shove them back like no one puts their hands on me.
Well, not like that. Like they're physically getting between the two of you, like getting between you and Theseus, and kind of, just physically like occupying the space.
Hey, kick their legs. Like do like a sweep.
Alpha physically doesn't let them. He's like,
What do you? Okay.
this flesh bag still has use to us.
So, what? You're just gonna hit him, or what's going on?
No, like if they try to put a hand on me, he just says, "Do you really think this is the wise choice?"
So you realize that the guys so there's the guy up top with the crossbow that's like pointed down at you all. There's about 4 other like actual footmen on the ground, and then there's the driver. And they are grabbed Theseus and they're pulling him towards the wagon, and one of the guy closest to it opens the door.
Okay.
They trying to steal our Theseus.
Dane's gonna
We
roar.
stole him first.
We stole him first.
All right. Dane's gonna roar at the top of his voice. What is the meaning of this?
Theseus has to come with us.
And who are you?
Not important. What's
Um,
important is he comes with us now. And they get him over to the door and start pushing him inside.
Very well, then we go with you.
The guy that was by the door starts pushing Theseus in and then physically gets in front of you. Gets in front of Alpha. Like, nope, there's no room.
That is not a problem. I can ride with the driver. And just starts making his way up to the steps to get on top.
The driver puts up a hand and says, "Not enough space here. Mechanically, look. Can't handle it."
While Alpha is talking and distracting them, can Castros discreetly turn into a rat and hop into the coach?
Ooh, I like that. You can try.
That'd be stealth.
Well, first you gotta roll turn into a rat. Make sure you don't nat 1.
That's a 6 to turn in, but it's not nat 1.
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay. And stealth check?
Well, yeah, I mean, they did witness you just turn into a rat. You were right there.
No, I was trying to do it discreetly while Alpha was being distracting.
Oh, well, okay, I guess. But there's like 6 total guys. I mean, one of them's gonna see you.
Okay, well, could I stealth away first and then turn into a rat?
No, you definitely couldn't stealth away first.
Darn it. Instead of a rat, could I turn into like a fly or something?
I don't think you can go that small.
Sad. I can do a spider.
A big spider, right?
No, I can be a tiny spider.
Interesting.
Well, it just says tiny beast.
Okay, but I mean, there's got to be some minimum, like down to softball sized or something.
I don't know. Does not say.
Interesting. Well, you definitely, whatever you're gonna do, I mean, there's gonna be eyes upon you.
Yeah. Well, but the smaller I am, the more they might think that I just disappeared. Poof.
That's a good point.
One of you guys will have to take care of Jeremy. So could I turn into a spider?
Sure. At least a good sized one. That's all I'm saying. It's gonna have to be, like I said, at least a softball sized body.
Got it. So if we're rolling for that, that's a 17.
Oh, you did great. You turned into like something that you'd find in Australia.
Perfect.
and
All right.
hopefully someone doesn't step on you.
Yep. I'll quickly scramble and try to like maybe chill like underneath the coach and just like hang there, because like how are they gonna reach me? Like,
Okay.
Crawl under the coach. There's probably been a clearance.
and hang on from underneath the coach.
Okay. So Dane's gonna address.
And this whole time, Alpha just keeps climbing on top of the coach.
Like all the way onto the roof.
All the way to the roof. He's like, because they're like, very well, if I cannot sit here, I sit here.
Okay. All right. Just to check in, Ray, do you want to do anything?
Well, I don't want to start a fight with these guys, even though I really want to, but I'm not gonna.
Just gonna let it happen.
Well, no. I'm gonna, start yelling at them like Dane was. Like,
It's not gonna help.
yeah.
It's not gonna help.
I don't know. I could
Okay,
punch
so-
the coach.
You're gonna what?
I could punch the guy who's driving it.
No, coach, he's up a ways. You can't reach him.
I could jump.
I think I'll just jump.
They ain't gonna steal one of our members and get away with it without at least throwing a little hands.
Whereas Alpha just simply doesn't care because what? They're pointing a crossbow at him? Huh.
All right, so the guy on top slams down two hits on the top of the roof there, and the coach begins to move forward. You hear the "yeah," and it starts to move, and right then he goes to push you, Alpha, and do a dexterity check. Not a save. Well, I guess, yeah, dexterity save. Tell me what you get.
Let me double check. 20.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, you do not go over. You are able to stand your ground and stay on, and the coach is starting to take off. And let's see. So Castros is hanging on underneath. Alpha is hanging on in the top. Dane and Ray are off to the side, being left in the dust.
So did all these people manage to pile into the coach?
No, they grabbed onto the back. They were holding onto the back before.
Okay.
So, like, they pulled up, they jumped off the outside, like a SWAT team holds on the outside of a van.
Okay.
So they were holding on, they grabbed Theseus, and then, grabbed on again and took off.
Okay. But they, it takes a little while for the horse to gather up speed with the coach, right?
Yeah, I mean, they're just getting moving. Are you going to try to dash after him and grab on or something?
And Alpha's distracting the crossbowman.
Yes, the crossbowman tried to push Alpha, and it didn't work out.
Alpha says, stop that.
Okay. Dane's gonna shoot a firebolt at the horse.
Oh, jeez. Okay. Gonna send it off into Clayton Ravine, huh?
Yeah, I'm gonna kill the horse. So that's
Oh, God.
17.
I was just making a joke.
That's a 17 plus. That's a 23 to hit.
Oh yeah, you hit that horse.
Yeah. Can't go anywhere if there's nothing to pull the carriage. And that, I believe, is a 1d10. Yeah. Okay. That's 6.
I guess it'd be 6 damage.
Yep.
6 fire.
6 fire damage.
Oh my god. Well, and I guess technically there should be 2 horses, but next to each other, working together, just because of physics.
Yeah.
But okay, so you blast it right in the side. You massively hurt this horse, and it bucks and kicks and runs, and it's bad. I mean, the driver loses all control. He's yelling at it. The horses really go like full speed. I'm trying to think of it'd be like basically if you had a cauldron of boiling water and you had a couple horses and you just like threw it at them and it just like burned their rear end super bad.
Yeah. So
they're off. They're uncontrollable and wild.
Well, but I only damaged one horse, so you'd think the other one. So you think they'd be, instead of pulling in one direction, one would be kind of going crazy, and the other one would be kind of. So I guess eventually, yeah, they'd start pulling in tandem again.
Well, I would assume that. So normally, I know there's the phenomenon where if you train 2 horses together, that instead of it being like twice the load, it's something like 3 times the load. Like that they just like work. They react to each other.
Okay. Well, here's another question. So if I damage this horse, doesn't that mean I also possibly damage the harness that the horse is harnessed into? Like
Sure.
possibly burn through the leather, so maybe with one horse breaks free and you just have the other one that wasn't hurt.
Ooh, I like that. That's a good one. I love this argument.
So we have
Yes.
wreckage to deal with.
Yeah, so I guess you burn the one really bad. It takes a ton of damage, and it bucks and breaks its hame, and yeah, it pulls free. So the one runs off, and the other one is there and eventually stops moving. Yeah, I guess you've immobilized the coach.
Perfect. Now we just got to deal with a bunch of angry guys.
If they even were able to keep on and keep a hold of the carriage when
Yeah,
it started bucking.
Yeah, I would say that the driver probably got tossed off onto the road and knocked prone. The two guys on the back probably fled. Yeah, they realized what was going on, jumped off, and took off for the, back into the darkness or into the twilight of the evening.
Nice. Crossbowman, was he flung off the roof of the carriage?
Well, he did kind of get in a little bit of a tuffle with Alpha, so I don't know, Alpha, what do you think?
Well, I mean, I'm more worried about Alpha if he actually. Let me just do a quick dex save to see how if he even was able to stay up there when it bucked.
Oh, good point. I should dex save the guy up top. Yeah, he's fine.
Alpha was not. He got a nat 1.
Oh no!
Oh.
Oh man!
So the crossbowman went to push, you dodged out of the way, and then the horse bucked and the whole thing crashed to a stop, and that knocked you down, but the crossbowman was fine.
I'm just imagining when it came to a screeching halt, Alpha just flung forward and landed on top of the horse and remained.
Oh no. And that horse, oh no. Jeez, that horse just took as much bludgeoning damage from you as Dane caused the other one with fire. Oh, oh my god. You didn't break it, but it's hurt bad. I'll just say when you flailed down, maybe your arm was good enough, it snapped the other hame and it was able to run away.
Okay, there you go. We'll have to put a little disclaimer at the end of this episode saying no horses were hurt in the making of this in real life.
Yeah, jeez. Oh man, but with that, the crossbowman will jump down. Yeah, he didn't hurt himself, but wasn't graceful. And he takes off running too.
Oh, okay. Cool. So does Theseus make his way back out of the coach, or is he still fighting? Is there a couple guys in there with him?
You had saw at least one person go in with him, and that was it. You haven't seen anyone come out. There doesn't appear to be movement within.
Okay, well, I run over and I yank open the door of the coach.
Okay, when you look inside, it is nothing but black.
Ugh.
It's a magical coach.
And that is where we end.
Ooh.
This has been an Azentuary LLC production. Find us online at azentuary.com for character bios, merchandise, Patreon, and more. Thank you for listening.
We definitely do have antics. We definitely do.